evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Military Madness. We are live tonight watching the first race of the Monday Military Madness 2026 series. So, yeah, tonight, well, first of all, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Please, if you are in chat, say hello. Let us know you're watching. But yeah, tonight marks the kind of start of something new today. We're like I say, it's the Monday Military Madness 26 campaign. So previous years we've done some kind of Monday Military Madness thing. However, this year is kind of something where we actually bring in a bit of a competition feel to it now, rather than just a fun ride, but rather than just a kind of ride. So yeah, that's the kind of the plan for the next 7 months. Don't worry, it's not every week. The idea is that once a month, first Monday of every month, we're going to put we have a race on, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So tonight's first race 1, is the first objective. So we're trying to do a bit of a military theme to it as well. So you're going to hear a lot of like objectives and stuff like that being thrown in as well, which is the Prospect Park Loop today, which is 27.2 kilometers. That's 5 laps. This field is about to start, so just bear with me while I try and make sure I catch riders as soon as we go. So we're not just me stuck in the pen. Right, cool, and cool. There we go. Good start. Oh, so yeah, so the idea is it's a mass start, so all riders will be starting at the same time, regardless of the category they're in. So we're running categories all the way to ECAT, so A's to E's, all the way through. And yeah, the idea is that everyone will start together. The reason kind of twofold. First of all, we don't obviously want a particular pen to be small, and therefore the chances of riders not being able to ride together. And also it just gives riders the opportunity as well, just to like kind of say push themselves, but you know, give them a bit more competition, see if they can maybe duke it out with some of the top the categories above them. So that's kind of like the purpose of it anyway. And looking at the numbers, we're actually doing all right today. 69 riders for tonight's race, which is a really good, healthy start to the campaign. So yeah, while we are kind of looking away at the start anyway, so yeah, like I said, this is a 7-stage monthly campaign, right? Okay, there's no registrations required. Riders can just turn up, race, and then their results will count through for the campaign. Riders will compete not just for the win, but they will also be going for overall points. There'll be sprint classifications, a QOM classification, and also a GC as well throughout that. So for the GC anyway, everything kind of matters. We do have a kind of system in place where if you miss a race, use GC time, you'll get the slowest time for the category you're in. So that kind of is, but obviously it's not maybe representative of your time. So yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell, really. And as we're starting, we're already starting to see the kind of field is starting to kind of string out a little, as we're just kind of at the back end here at the moment. But it is starting to string out a little, and there's a few riders that are already kind of at the back. But at the front of the pack anyway, we are starting to get some kind of action going on, and riders sticking together. Well, at least a kind of peloton of riders. Sorry, my usual Zwift viewing account is not playing game today, but it is what it is. We will just fight through it. Like I said, if you are in chat, please come and say hello. Give us a let us know what you're doing and all that. Be really good. See, let us know if you're riding. Let us know if you're just watching. If you're cheering for anyone particular, all that good stuff. Just drop in the comments. So it's not me for the next 27Ks. Just having a little waffle to myself. But we do have this kind of selective group at the moment. We're already coming up to the first of the spring competitions. Hi there, Welsh Cow. Hope you're doing well. Are you riding tonight, or you just jumped on the channel? Yeah, so they're coming up to the first of the kind of sprint markers coming up now, or the prime segments coming up. So it's the prime segments, both KOM and the sprints, is all done on fastest time. The only way we can get it. So fastest time through. Riders will score, and that's throughout the whole of the race. So, but it's because it is 5 laps. People got 5 chances to put in their fastest time. So that's the idea, and then all the riders will get ranked in their category based on the fastest time. Emma, you're all right? You're riding tonight. I saw you were you made a comment in the pen, so you riding tonight? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so though to be honest, not many riders are already going for it, but maybe some of them are just trying to have a feel, get the first lap out of the way with before they go into anything else at the moment. But yeah, there we are. One rider already just pushing off the front now. Who's that? We got the front. Jay. Oh, I'll try and get to the top of the riders here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's so frustrating. I haven't got my usual gadget that gets me to the front. But Jay Costin, dropping a feather. And is making a second, starting to string the pack out. To give you an idea, if I go to Pip, hopefully that will work. Pip. All right, give you an idea then of the course that actually the riders are on today. Like I say, 5 laps of the Prospect Park Loop. You can see there is a kind of rise in the back end of the course, and then it flows, flattens, or it then drops down to the bottom of the park. But that drop down, that's where the sprint part is. And then the KOM segment, KQOM segment is kind of on the yellow segment there you can see on the map. So that's what the riders are riding for today in regards to the course. And like I said, 5 laps. So it should be... Sorry about that. It should be relatively quick for tonight. But yeah, it should be interesting to see. While we do that, let's just see if we get live. 69 riders, though. Very good. Yeah, great start across the line there. Good, good, good. Starting to string a little bit now. Well, with this one rider that is pushing at the front, Rob McEwen, is it? Rob McEwen and B. Bergen. Bergen. Now they're up to the KQOM segment. Like I mentioned, this is that kind of the part now where they will again get timed on their fastest up here. At the moment, these two seem to be sticking themselves away. We've got someone from Level there, M. Highs, joining on to them, potentially just a second out. Seems to be, though, that they are sticking together quite nicely at the moment. And they're through the banner there. So potentially a few riders, maybe they may have got across first, but the time, it's all based on time. So some riders, and even the riders at the back end of the pack at the moment, could potentially put in that faster time. But you can see now that that is really spread out now after going over that banner. Some of the riders obviously still hitting the pedals hard as they've gone over to try and create a gap. And that seems to be what's happened here now. We've got kind of a bit of a break, a bit of a drag now, or sorry, a line of riders now that are just kind of getting themselves back. A lot of people now dropping the van to try and potentially improve their chances with that draft. You can see there. For those that are kind of new to Zwift, the van essentially allows a better draft mechanic so that they get an improved draft. So that's potentially what we could be seeing happening right now, is that some of these are just trying to get themselves back onto that lead group there. You can see they're about a second out, a couple of seconds out from that lead group. If they don't catch on soon, potentially that's them going to be dropped then. And now they would be in that kind of chasing group. And you can see there they are just holding on. Looks like they're going to get back on to fight another day. Hopefully for them anyway. They are just... Someone's just dropping the aero now, pushing themselves a bit again, giving themselves a little bit slippier, try and get through. Someone's dropped a feather, making themselves lighter. This slight rise that they have got, this 1-2% rise, and yeah, it looks like now they're back onto that group there. So little bit of a string out there, but we have got, unfortunately for some riders, seems to have been now spat out. We've got a group of riders here. We've got 5 riders, 6 riders in amongst this little kind of chasing pack now. And then a further 8 seconds behind them, we have this group of riders here. Oh, was this 3 riders? And then we've got a lone rider about 12 seconds, another one at 16, and then about 30 seconds behind all that, we've got this group of riders in and around here, just stringing out a bit. Now, what could make sense is that maybe the riders in front might potentially ease off, allow all the riders equally behind, as we're watching Hanashine, allow these riders to get back on and potentially then working together. Got Phil Card just 4 seconds behind equally. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this field at the moment. Already kind of spread out. That's that chasing pack now, 14 seconds off of this group here. And then we have got one rider that has decided, I don't know if they decided, you'd think they would, to push themselves right to the front. That's that B Bergen, who was attacking on the KOM segment there, is now 6 seconds off this group. So potentially potentially going for a bit of a single solo effort. Already quite early really for that to be happening, but potentially they could have, there's potential that they've got it in them, and that's why they're doing it. So for sure, we'll see how that one plays out. We'll just switch over to the other camera for now. Actually, no, we've just come up to the sprint segment now. So what I might do is just drop back a rider and see what what the riders here are going to do. Like I say, we've got still a few riders now pushing the watch. You can see a few sparks there from that. Some of the drop in the van already. She's trying to go for that fastest time. One of the riders has gone pushing out to the front. That John Grimsdale, Mike Latchin, Rob McEwen. Let's see if they make any difference to the times. I don't think so. No, it looks like they're all kind of just. A few riders have pushed up from that clock time there, but for the most part, they seems to be state normal. But what they have managed to do is claw that 4 seconds to that rider out in front again. So yeah, maybe that was the intention there, was just to try and close the gap down on that rider there. What we'll do, we'll just switch ourselves over then to one of the other groups we've got. We've got riders of 1, 2, 3, 4, around about 10 riders there. Extra of army riders there. I think I saw oh no, I didn't see an RAF jersey. I thought I did, but no RAF jersey there. But nice, healthy size here. Potentially now trying to close in on Paul Carr, 4 seconds in front. And it might be in Paul's best interest, P Carr's best interest, to actually to allow this gap to close and give themselves some wheels to draft along on that. And we've got someone there that is pushing ahead. Maybe they are trying to go. Looks like with what's they're putting out there, 6.5 watts per kilo there, 6.2. It looks like they might be trying to get themselves that fastest time. We'll see what he does. Didn't catch the time for that yet. Probably going to update shortly. But what it looks like from Jay's inadvertently managed to pass Paul Carr now and has kept a gap on the rest of the field as well. As we're now going on to the climb for the second time. After closing back into that Bregan, he seems to be Still at the front. Still probably now 9 seconds. So yeah, but let's see what some of these riders are going to do now, because some of them are dropping the feather again, lighter, allowing them to climb up this, giving themselves some, basically lighter is better when it comes to climbing up ascents. So this potentially could close in. However, they did manage to get, was it 4 seconds last time round, and still was unable to close the gap. So it kind of depends now on what the riders do actually at this point as they go over the crest. Are they, if anyone eases off too easy, then potentially they are going to then not manage that gap. And they say Rob McEwen crosses the line just now, again pushing them Watts at the front, possibly gaining the fastest time maybe. Oh, wrong person. Where are we? Where's Bergen? There he is. So now 2 seconds now Bergen has got on these riders. So potentially that could be them now done. It just depends. These riders could just be leaving them out just front. But then we've got this level rider, M Highs, who's now looked like they was going to close the gap. 2 seconds though. It seems to be dangling at 2 seconds. The other riders now are a further 2 seconds behind. So potentially they are now letting Hines do some of the work. But if no one else is prepared to, Highs may decide that actually I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to burn the matches. I'm already there 3 seconds now. So as we start the third lap, excuse me. Sorry if you can hear my little in the background, Easter holes and all that. Not right now, mate, no. I know, but we're not going out now, okay? I said tomorrow, mate. Okay. No, it'll be hot tomorrow, mate. We can go out tomorrow. Okay? No.
Is it cool?
No. It's warm. You're okay, mate. We'll be out tomorrow, right? It looks like this group now of riders anyway has managed to close back. Apologies there. And we've got the group again back in. Seems to be a relatively healthy sized group actually as well. And we've got a mixture from looking at the dots anyway on the radar. It looks like we've got a mixture of A's, B's and C category riders all in this pack here. So yeah, a nice healthy pack. Probably, I don't know how many riders. Let's see if I can try and figure out how many riders we've got approximately. We go to the last one. So what, about 15 riders, potentially 16 maybe. Yeah, 15 riders at the moment, which is really healthy. In fact, actually, for this lead group here, definitely will make it difficult for the riders behind anyway that are now sat around the 13-second mark, nearly 15 seconds of the 4 riders there. Definitely makes it difficult for them. Will make it difficult for them to close in. So yeah, we move over to the second group as well, or another one of the groups as well. So around about the 20th marker spot, I think, roughly. So this is that kind of chasing pack now, onto the chasing pack. We've swelled in numbers, so some of the riders that we were here, I recognise one of the RAF riders in this group. We were the group of 6, so now it looks like they're around about a 10 now. So looks like looking like the riders are bringing them, picking up riders, or potentially some have managed to claw back on. Hopefully, then potentially they're going to do some work together and yeah, try and maybe close up on the riders that are in front of them. We've got 30 seconds on the group in front. 30 seconds to the group in front, or the 2 riders in front. So let's see what they decide. Let's see what they're going to do. We are 3.7 watts per kilo, 3.1. So looking like at least the riders at the front are trying to do something to close the gap. Yeah. Moving back to the front of the group again, we're coming up to the sprint segment. It looks like for now, the riders have, what's the word? Just saving themselves. We've got Bergen again. I recognise in the bike. It's very, very recognisable bike. Has now decided to pull away again. Straight after that banner has gone again. So is he bringing in Rob McGowan? Seems to be doing Rob's always an entertaining rider on these Monday Military Madness. He always tries to animate things a little bit, and once again, that's exactly what he's doing, in the sense of that he is responding to stuff. He does find himself doing a hell of a lot of work. It definitely was one for animating the race, Rob McGowan is, and that's what he's kind of done. He's gone on to Bergen. He's probably realised that he's someone that does like to do the same thing, kind of do something different, ball himself, not just stick to the norm of staying in a pack. So yeah, he's also brought highs as well. So these three riders are definitely ones to look out for sure. And so we're on third lap at the moment. So I reckon we'll get to the fourth lap, and that's when things will really start to animate, and that's when things will really start to get a bit more animated. You see, we've got another few riders now clawed on, but what in turn that has done is now brought the rest of the pack kind of in that touching distance. Riders can probably feel comfortable with one or two riders at the front, but once you start getting the numbers start swelling up and you're getting that 3 to 5 riders and the likes of, that's when things really start to get a bit nervous for other riders and stuff. So once again, that pack has kind of come back in and reacted to what's happened at the front there. Again, if you're on chat, let us know how you're doing. I hope you're doing well, Em, on the road. If I can see if I can find you while we're watching the lead group. See if I can find you. As we've got the riders now just working their way up to the top, or to that KOM segment again. Let's see. Can't see Just look here, I've got a few riders actually on the putting out some orange numbers. Jay and Goodwin looking like they're really trying to get for that fastest time they're out. So let's see if they can manage it. Well, hopefully capture the time on ZwiftPower, but they really did put in an effort there to try and close that to do something with that fastest time. At the moment, it may be that I'm only seeing the people in certain categories, but that was a pretty solid effort. It's the first orange numbers I've really seen on that segment. So yeah. So we go back to the front of the race again. I believe I've missed it, but I believe looking at one red dot at the front. If I'm oh no, hang on. I was going to say it would be Bergen, but this time we've got another rider that's got their way to the front, which is A.M. Eriksson from Fusion Dev Team. Pushed away, and now 5 seconds. I missed out on that, but there we go. So yeah, for those that are watching or watching back and stuff, just give you kind of feel. So this is the Monday Military Madness, but we're opened it up as a community racing event so that we bring more people in, making hopefully more exciting racing and the stuff like that. Appreciating that we're kind of in that off season now for indoors because it's getting nice. Like today from the UK is actually surprisingly a nice day. As you probably heard from my youngster, just reminding me it's a nice day today. So yeah, we're kind of in that off season. However, what we want to try and do is to encourage riders to ride. One of the British Army's mottos is inspiring riders to ride. So yeah, we're giving riders an opportunity to have a bit of fun competition on Zwift one Monday, the first Monday of every month for the next 7 months. Until then, we get into that kind of that on season where then the Army Cycling E-Race Series starts, which is a private event designed predominantly for current and ex-serving members of the British Armed Forces, but with the invite to our other services as well, being the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy. So, yeah, that's the kind of that's the plan. That's what we're kind of going through, and we're making it a kind of campaign feel to this. So we've got riders when I'll show you at the end of this anyway. But there is a website where people can join on and track their progress. So after so many races, they'll get a rank, and then they'll go up the ranks as depending on how many races they take part in. But as well as that, they'll get ribbons, and that depending on what race they take part in. So as well as the whole points competition, the GC sprint KOM competitions, there is also that kind of sense of achievement as well throughout the season. So that's the kind of plan anyway. So yeah, hopefully it'll be engaged. Obviously, first race of this one, so hopefully the numbers will pick up as time goes on. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But hopefully we'll get some interest in that. As we can see though, Ericsson is still at the front, 4 seconds now though, as we're going down to the bottom end. We're on the 4th lap. So it will be possible. Well, if nothing happens on this 4th lap, then obviously the 5th lap is definitely going to be that kind of decider, isn't it, for it? So yeah, 100% we'll see something going on there, and hopefully we'll have a fun sprint, or not. Either way, I'm sure it will be an exciting finale. So I'm just doing a little bit of admin work in the background. So just looking around the field on the second one. Yeah, I definitely can't find you, Em. I don't know if you're hiding amongst the riders and I'm just not able to find you. But yeah. Right. So back to the front then, we've got my M. Ericsson anyway. 5 seconds as we get round, we're past the sprint segment. There you go, Mark Ericsson. Much respect, yes. Definitely I say the idea is that this pen, everyone can see everyone, all right? So regardless of pen, yes, that may have some impact on the results and stuff like that. But potentially, as it's going to be Zwift Racing's score that is calculated after this race anyway, riders might find themselves that after today's race, they might jump themselves up a category. Again, that's fine regarding the competition-wise. The competition itself is weighted in the sense of if you're an A cat, you'll get more points than if you're on B cat, C cat, and so on. So it's still so even if they do get promoted, it doesn't mean then they become top of that group just because they've been promoted and they score the same. So there is a weighted score kind of point structure to it. Not so much for the sprint and KOM. Okay, that is one thing that we haven't scored on, but for the actual finishing positions scoring, that is how we're doing it. And the GC as well, because all the races are the same length, and that regardless of category. Again, we've not really made any changes to the GC thing. The only difference being is that if you miss a race, you'll find that you'll get the slowest time of the category you're currently in. For the female competition, there is a female competition. That is one category competition in a sense. Riders can do the females can be in whatever category they want to ride in. But again, similar situation in the sense of they get ranked based off their category first and their time second. So you know, a female that could be riding in B and there's a female riding in C. Well, the B rider, a female, will score first, and then the C. But yeah, so good fun though. Riders are coming up to the climb now for the penultimate time. See a rider there that was giving some encouragement to the chasing pack to try and bridge over. Rob McGowan once again leading the charge and getting onto the back wheel of Ericsson, and he's dragging some riders up with them as well. This potentially could be a part now where there is that elastic may snap. Oh, I've seen you, Emma. There you are, Emma. Finally seen you. No, that's not throwing any shade. I just saw you. And you're with a nice little healthy group of riders, which is good as well. We got 5 riders there. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Right, where were we? Front of the pack. Apologies. So, yeah, and there's Bergen looking like they're getting to the front. And however, there is now gap starting to form. We've got 2 seconds with John Grimsdale, M Highs, who was someone that was quite animated, but it looks like they're going to be bringing it back in. And a few others. However, then behind that, then we have had some elastic gone with Russ Miller, M Bengston, and have been dropped out now with 8 seconds on that. Shame for them. As we get to the final lap for this lead group. So yeah, looking good, looking good. Big segment coming up. It's that calm before the storm moment, isn't it? Right now, is anyone going to pull the trigger, or anyone going to try and go early? We are now 5 kilometers from the end. We'll see what they decide to do. These riders, some of them are just going to be saving for the sprint. Some of the non-sprinters going to be trying to do something a bit different, maybe tire the legs of them sprinters, especially considering that there is a climb just before the kind of finish as well. I can imagine that final 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers to the end is going to be pretty gnarly for these riders at the front, for all riders, but especially for these ones at the front here that are coming into that stage now. Oh, was that Boston? Who was that was pushing the front? M Goal. Oh, H Goal, sorry. Doing a bit of work on the front. We're going now into the descent. Just wanted a photo. Got in first. Yeah, very good. I'll be honest, H School. If you watch this back, I do exactly that sometimes. I do have a really hard start just so there's a first next to my name on the leaderboard, and I can just go, yep, that was me. I was first. So we're watching actually the group on the second screen. They're actually being chased down by the lead group. This could make it interesting, especially for that finale. and mix things up when it comes to or confuses things for riders. For the riders at the back, making sure that they don't lose the riders that they're with, and for the riders at the front as well, potentially getting stuck onto the wrong wheel, because there is obviously the draft effect, and sometimes what the game will do is naturally put you onto a certain wheel, and if that wheel is a slower wheel, it's called like a sticky wheel, and you may have to work a bit harder to get past it. So if they approach this group with a fast enough speed, then it may not be much of an issue. With our Martinez, they're just pushing in a really hard effort. And actually, and looking at the leaderboard, B Goodwin actually did get a fast time there, 29.82 through that segment. So yeah, so Martinez now is going past his lead group. Now, what these riders behind need to make sure, or the riders in the lead group, what they need to make sure is they don't get caught up in this group and then lose touch of Martinez. Could have been a good tactical move from Martinez to try and hide themselves under their wheel, but it looks like that they've all kind of brought it back in again, and this lead group is now in with Martinez. And then you got the riders at the back just kind of holding in touch, for as in the group to the back, but they seem to be now being dropped from that group. Got just around about 2Ks to go now. We have that climb coming up. Riders potentially now getting that last bit of fluid on board, getting the game face on. 4 watts per kilo, some of these riders are already pushing, so some of them are already pushing the watts, and these could be them riders I said that maybe aren't the sprinters, so they may be just putting the hurt on for the sprinters in the group when it comes up to this section here, so that when they go up and over, the actual legs are absolutely shot by that point. Maybe. I won't be able to tell you right now, unfortunately I have to have one race results to be able to give you that kind of position at the moment. I think you're with Sarah Farrell though, in that group, but I'm not entirely sure actually who is in that lead pack. But here we go. So we got someone anyway pushing on now, 10 watts per kilo up the climb. I did think this was going to happen with this climb being a kind of important part of the course. So about a K to go now, less than. So DN has really pushed hard, and DN hasn't really done. I've not seen DN much throughout the whole of this race, and this is their chance. So they've been sat in the pack really, just saving the watts, and now I've just dropped them on this climb. However, the group seems to be reacting. We've got 2 seconds now. No heart rate for DN, unfortunately, so I can't tell you whether or not he's hurting or not. I'm sure he is, but the group has called back on now. There is starting to be splits, though. We've got a few riders that are at the back, but they're kind of up and over. They've gone over him now. As we get to the last part of the course now, this turn, we've got a rider there that's at the front. Going to be a lot of this. Someone's now pushing H School, who was just commenting about the fact that they were at the front. And then we've got B Bergen there. Finish line is roughly, 200 meters, 300 meters away. He's got the feather. Unfortunately, probably not good on a negative descent. Bergen's now in the wheel. And has that gone over? Who we've got here? Ericsson Fusion coming through. Is it too late? I think it is too late. It looks like Bergen has done enough to get the first spot there. Well done to Bergen there. H School, Finks just got it there with Ericsson there second. And then other riders just coming through now. That was a good ride. I was fortunate for DN there. Thought you might have got it, but unfortunately the pack was too fast and didn't let you getaway. So, but well done though. M. Bengton and Ross Miller now coming through to the line. And Ross Miller there, flying away, coming in for 14th. With Bengton now. Good. Right, let's see who else we can find. So what's this group here? So we've got a group of riders. We were watching these ones earlier, actually. A few times. It's that kind of little chasing pack. Now up to the climb now. Some strong high numbers there and high heart rates as well. 187 here from M. Egerp. Sorry if I've butchered the name. Flying over. And there's now 2 seconds on Ben Stewart from RAF. 3 seconds. And some of these riders, if they want to try and contest for the that spot, they might need to do something about it. But 5.3 watts per kilo from Ben Stewart. He's trying. 6.1. 3 seconds still. They might be closing in. 2 seconds there. Bands deployed by Ben. He has got some other riders that are on his wheel as well. Looks like though that Egerp, sorry if I'm butchering your name, is going to win on that little group there. Ben's now just pushing in some sexy watts, at least trying to get that spot there, and is coming through for 22nd, and then the rest of the group behind, kind of across the line. A few other riders then coming over the top of the climb. We got here this small group of riders. Jay Warwick, looking cool in that print. Looks like it's just out of touch though. Could claw it back in, but we can see Massa at the Mesa there. Got a bit left in the tank though. JCB is still on the wheel. But I think, I don't know, JCB is now coming in. Is he going to pip him at the line? Possibly not, no, because he's responded. Massa. There we go. Right, we'll work our way down. See what else we got. A Bird. See what else we got. Sutton here with Jay Garfoot. Phil Carr. So we've got a group of riders here. Let's catch these in. Few Army riders with M. Sutton, John Garfoot, and I Radar. To answer your question, Emma, anyway, I think Hannah Sheen is the top female run on the road at the moment. Emma Price, you're second, or you're with Sarah Farrell at the moment. So second and third between you. There's only 3 female riders looking like they're in the field today. So yeah, that's looking like that's the crack Sorry, Emma, for my delay. As we watch this front spread now, but Phil Carr has lapped or has got past high radar and has managed to make a gap on Sean as well with B Goodwin. Coming up over the comb there. So yeah, Hannah Sheen here in this group of three, just coming up to the climb now. Who are they riding with? Got Jock Murdoch and S. Shirazi. Apologies if I've butchered that name. But yeah, we've got these three riders now coming up over. Looks like Jock is putting some watts down. Trying to create a gap, which he's done. 1 second now. Hopefully he hasn't blowed up from that effort. 168 beats per minute. Relatively low cadence as well. And the Sheen has been dropped from that that group of three. And Paul Wright just 16 seconds behind her. Nice to see there's some congratulating from riders crossing the line. It's always good to see that camaraderie, regardless of where you finish. It's always nice to see people congratulating each other and stuff like that for a hard ride. Well, we'll just we'll watch, see if anything changed between Jock and Shirazi, while we then capture the group that we have been watching on the second screen of S. Williams, AMAC, M. Price, Sarah Farrell. Once we capture them, we'll have a quick look at the provisionals as Jock just crossed the finishing line there. So let's switch over to this group now that's coming up the climb. And this pack's been working well together for the majority of the race. I mean, keeping a close eye on them. They have been working well. Riders taking their turn. And they seem to be closing in onto El Baroni as well. It's starting to stretch. The line is getting longer. So for you, Emma, this is second place at the moment. Oh, Fire Socks going. Nice. I always find that they give the game away, Fire Socks. But we're getting up on this climb. We're over the climb, through the banner. Need to keep on that pedal though, because just for the banner, as you can see, there's still a gradient. It's still at 3%. They need to continue that pressure. I'm always guilty of it as well. I look for the banner and I assume that means it's down straight away. But it's not. It never is. So, arrows deployed. Van. Sorry. Just to try and keep that draft effect the best we can. S. Williams has dropped the aero. But Emma's now onto the back wheel of Sarah. Though Sarah's now putting in some watts, 4.8 there. Emma's responded, still sticking on the wheel. Her draft's now gone. Is she going? She's going. Emma's going. Has she done enough? Williams is trying to keep onto that wheel. Has she done enough? Has she burnt the... Oh, this is going to be close. I think she's done enough to at least be in front of Sarah. But that's a close win, close finish there between her and S. Williams, and then Sarah as well. Well done to them riders, and well done to every rider at the race tonight. We'll say 69, I think, riders we had in total. So yeah, really well done to everyone that rode today. Let's see if I can just get at least some kind of provisional stuff come up. Just bear with me. Yep. So yeah, Bragbergen first, Hamish with the Royal Navy. Second, M. Ericsson there with Fusion Development. Marcel Hayes for Level, Gavin for Onyx, Rob McGowan, Team Not Poggy, James Breaks for Royal Navy, Johnny Costa 8th, John Grimsdale in 9th, and then Christian Carl in 10th. So these riders will all get filtered off anyway. Once we go through the results, riders will be ranked based off of their actual category position. But all in all, a really, really good race from everyone. Really, really good riding. To give you an idea then, we're just switching over to the website. So hopefully on the description of this race, there should be a link to the race. Results won't be in yet. We've still got to go through all the results and stuff like that first. Okay. But as you can see, homepage wise anyway, it gives you a few options, tells you how far we're in the campaign, any queries you have on the race or anything, but a bit about the series, the campaign ranks that I told you, regardless, with regards to the number of races, quick set of rules there. Your next race, so obviously currently we're on the race 1, and then it'll give you kind of like the last kind of a quick snapshot of all the kind of positions and all that kind of stuff. Clicking on campaign and results, then it should then get you all the races that are upcoming. So let's say opening battle today, Breakaway Mayhem in May, Summer Siege in June, Attrition in July. It shouldn't be Attrition again. There's something wrong with there, but another. It's, I can't remember what one's called, and the final push followed by the Last Stand. And you can see they're all race passes anyway are for them. And then in the standings, once they're populated, you'll get the overall standings. But on the campaign and results, what you need to look at once that loads, once the results have been published, there'll be a link under that for the race results as well. So you get your results on the campaign one. The overall standings is everything else. You can view your riders. So once next week we'll be able to show you what riders look like, and you can check your stats out and stuff like that, and then a little bit on the rules as well, just to kind of clarify any other questions and all that good stuff. So yeah, that is kind of it in a nutshell. That will be, I think, me calling it there. Thank you once again for watching. Well done to all the riders that raced. It's always good to see a nice healthy group of riders. 69 for this event, I think, is all very good. So thank you everyone for taking part and getting involved. And yeah, we will see you again in May for the Mayhem Breakaway Mayhem race. Hopefully the results should be up in the next 24 to 48 hours. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you again, and I will catch you all very soon. Good night.